Hello everybody, I'm waving at a non-existent camera. It's your boy Kiki, also known as Key, and today we are talking about Avowed. Now, this is a game that is being designed by Obsidian Entertainment. Most notable figures in Obsidian is people like Josh Sawyer, and that's it. They're also mostly known for a game they made over 15 years ago now, maybe 12, something like that, Fallout New Vegas. I'll post an actual timestamp of when it was actually made. And they also made Pentiment recently, which isn't really, it's a story RPG, but it's not really a first person genre. And they also made The Outer Worlds, but that was kind of mixed at reception, right? That was kind of, it was okay. It was fine. Now, with Avowed, this is a game, and this is going to be a video on why I think Avowed might flop. Not that it should, not that it will, but that it might. There's a few reasons for that. In terms of the first point, I'll put it on the screen as I see it, marketability. So it seems to me that the Xbox game studios are not really focusing on anything that Obsidian are really doing. We haven't really heard anything about Avowed recently. I will post the most recent, the final thing coming from the official channel was November 2024, and then ever since that it's sort of been radio silence. I haven't seen any adverts on any social media, no YouTube, no like Facebook, no Reddit, anything like that. There's just been radio silence about this game, and then all of a sudden it's coming out on the 18th of Feb 2025. Now, as this video comes out, it'll be on the Friday. Now, the Friday is the 7th of February 2025. That is 11 days from the launch date, and I'll be honest, I haven't seen any marketing done for this game whatsoever. Now, there is trailers, and there is, from Obsidian Entertainment. It talks about how it's in the Pillars of Eternity franchise, which is great. That game also came out 5 years ago. It says it's optimized for the Xbox. Great, cool. I'm going to be playing it on PC. And it talks about the living lands, how you're sent as like an envoy to sort out the living lands because there's some weird-ass thing going on. I have researched this game. It sounds like I haven't, but I have. Basically, you're an envoy from the main islands. You're coming to this one. You can either be a human or some sort of a weird creature. And I won't go into too much more about what I know. Visceral combat, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you've seen the gameplay videos, you can use guns, you can use bows, you can use magic, you can use fists, you can use knives. And it's all very, very interesting. And you also have companions against a spread of species with their own unique set of abilities. Again, that was in the Outer Worlds, right? You could press like F and you get that weird priest to do a melee attack, or you'd get that weird mechanic woman to start shooting stuff. Anyway, that's besides the point. This game has not been marketed at all whatsoever. There has been no marketability for this game to my knowledge. If we type in Avowed, me and you together, OVWED, that's how you spell it, people. There you go. But as you can see, I'm going through YouTube, right? A lot of it is from 2 months ago. A lot of it is from like November, December-ish time. This is, an early preview a month ago. This is a demo from a month ago. But there hasn't been any marketing, any content, exactly as, Big Dan Gaming Areas says. There hasn't really been anything. And this is my previously watched, don't worry about that. But the official pre-order trailer is 2 months ago, and ever since then there hasn't been anything going on. Oh, Fable! There hasn't been anything really going on at all, which is very, very concerning. Considering if you want this video game to do well, the main thing you need to do is to. Atom 4 looks good as well. The main thing you want to do is make sure there's hype. There's no hype. There's none. You haven't got any hype. The only thing you've got is this video and videos from other content creators saying how it's not looking good because you haven't done any marketing. Because, okay, great, it's going to be on the day one release pass on Xbox. But other than that, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna do? Nothing, because you don't know about it until the day it comes out. and that is the worst marketing ever. You need to build hype for sales to be made, right? Or am I wrong? Tell me that in the comments. Am I right or am I wrong? Because realistically, there is no marketing whatsoever. And apparently the forums was nuked. The Steam wipes were, I mean, take that with a grain of salt, because I've just seen that myself. I'll be honest with you as well. There's a lot of hoo-ha's. There's a lot of everyone like, avoid it. There's a company that bought us at KOTOR 2, New Vegas, Pillars of Eternity. Avoid this trash. No one to buy it. I think because it hasn't been marketed correctly. I think a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you can change your gender. You can be transgender. You can, like, who cares? I don't care. Like, just, it is what it is. You stick to whatever you want to do, guys, and I'll stick to whatever I want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? My name's not Andre. Do you know what I mean? That's a real meme that I don't think anyone will know. My name's not Andre, mate. Do you know what I mean?
And Andre is not even my name, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Like, the thing is, I don't know why people are going so crazy about the fact you can make like a man and then have the pronouns she, her. Like, it's fine. Just keep yourself to yourself. Be private. Whatever. It's fine. Just like, there's no reason to be outraged. Listen. The graphics look great. The graphics look amazing. And if they come out like this, I might be a big fan. Anyway, on to point 2, which is, marketability is a very, very, very big point. It's such a big thing that this might be like a flash in the pan, right? You might see it for like 5 minutes and then disappear entirety. We're going to have a look at how many people play the Outer Worlds and compare, okay? Okay, so if me and you were looking at these numbers, right? Okay, so overall, 4 years ago, it was a peak of 20k. It looks like sort of around the weekend, it's hitting max of about 300. Then in it goes down to troughs of about 130, 120, and then back up to about 260s. It's going up now, so it'll probably be about mid 200, 300 on the OG, just the Outer Worlds, and then the Spacer's Choice one, similar story. It's going to about 200, and this will probably go to about 200 players. So at peak, you're looking at about maybe 500 players online, which is crazy. Obsidian Entertainment, and this is everything that they made. Obviously, they've made Fallout New Vegas, right, which is a game 15 years ago at this point, which has 2,995 players online. That is just the fact of how big the Fallout universe is, right? How much of a following it has. Grounded, that's a fun game. I didn't really play it too much, but it's a fun game. I enjoy it. Kind of reminds me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Anyway, on to part 2 for me. Part 2 is the distrust that we have in developers now, right? You can tell from the not the mess, but the people were expecting from Starfield. People were expecting Skyrim in space. In reality, it turned out to be more go to this empty planet, go there for a little bit, shoot the same settlement, go to another planet, shoot the same settlement. It's fine. It's fine. I enjoy Starfield for what it is, but how can you be expected to pre-order or get a Game Pass? I mean, the Game Pass is fine because you get so many games, but how are you expected to pre-order a, let's scroll down and I'll show you, an £80, £90 game or a £70 standard edition? On Steam, for some reason, it's £59. You might want to sort that out, I don't know. But how are you expected to pre-order this game when there's no marketability and everyone's always talking about the drama that has happened in the game? There's no faith anymore because the faith is they don't know how to make games anymore, right? That's the main gripe that people are getting. Starfield, for example, was a pet project of Bethesda Entertainment, and look how that turned out. Really, that was meant to be the next Skyrim. People were playing it for the next 10 years. Skyrim in space is all you had to do, right? And this could be the same. The Outer Worlds, max of 500 people, as we've said. This could be very similar to that. I think video game players were so fickle that you look at the last thing that they did, what was that, the Outer Worlds, and you go, wasn't the best story. Companions weren't romanceable. The ship was fine. They did some fun stuff, like the stupid rule where you had like an intelligence of like 2 or 1 and you could fly straight into the sun. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Little things like that. But we're all thinking about Skyrim, which is a 15, 14 year game at this point. with nostalgia, and you've got to think of the most recent games that we've seen, take off the rose-tinted glasses, and realise that it hasn't been up to par recently. And how can we be expected to pre-order a game if from the most recent first-person title from this studio was average? How are you going to get 70 hours of my time for average? Okay, Pentiment was great, but the rest of it, right? And that is the thing, immersion. How is it going to matter if you're a die-hard Pillars of Eternity fan or if you're a new player? How are you going to keep us immersed that entire time? How are we going to, what differing choices do we have on companions, romanceable? If I make myself, am I going to be immersed for this entire game? Don't know. The only way we can find out is by playing, and well, we're not going to do that. We maybe get the Game Pass for like £5 and see what that's like. But how am I going to enjoy this? What's the story like? What's the combat like? What's the navigation like? What's the pathing like? What are the quests like? Everything and nothing has. We don't know. There's no recent updates, announcements, and the game's coming out in 11 days. Anyway, end of rant. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, just getting my feelings out there, getting my rants out there. But with that being said, outro music and peace.